I was among the few American reporters on the plane with President Sadat, and I asked if he would agree to do an interview from Jerusalem with Prime Minister Begin. Yes, he said, but not with the Prime Minister alone. Still, when he got to Jerusalem, he changed his mind, and the next day, Sunday, November 20th, 1977, President Anwar Sadat and Prime Minister Begin sat down together, the first time an Egyptian and Israeli leader had ever done so. The two men obviously seemed to hit it off together. The interview had its humor, but it also had its moments of tension and disagreement. Will you invite Prime Minister Begin to come to Cairo?
We shall be discussing this tonight.
May I ask, if you do go to Cairo, since you have had these meetings, what you would expect to accomplish there, again, other than the psychological?
No, we shall continue. I think we shall lay the foundation here in Jerusalem tonight and tomorrow. I think we started even yesterday night for serious, frank negotiations about all the outstanding problems. And then, if the President is gracious enough to invite me to Cairo, I shall continue that.
Really, I'm planning to invite him to Sinai.
Thank you, sir. To who?
Sinai.
Well, I invite you.
After that, there were many interviews with President Sadat and Prime Minister Begin, but never again together. And then there were the shuttle trips, the arguments, the pleading, the disappointment, the disagreement, and finally, the Camp David agreement. At long last, peace. A euphoric President Sadat joined with Prime Minister Begin and President Jimmy Carter in signing the agreement. Just hours after that signing, we met with President Sadat. It had been a glorious day, but he was already being criticized by his enemies. Mr. President, you have just shortly come from the signing, from that historic time of your life. How do you feel now, sir, if you had to describe it in one emotion?
Well, as I have already stated, it is the happiest day of my life.
Mr. President, if anything happened to you, if God did take you away in your time, as you say, would this treaty stand? There are many who are worried that it would not if you weren't here.
Well, I don't agree to this, you know. For instance, in my country, I'm not a dictator. I have the vice president, I have the prime minister, we have our cabinet, we have our parliament. We are a country of institutions. It is not my word.
Do you worry about your life?
Not at all. Never, never. I am a believer, and I believe no one will take 1 hour of my life if God doesn't agree to this.
Today, for Anwar Sadat, that hour came.